Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of the Kubernetes Localization Subproject meeting. It is May 5th. And yes, so this meeting, as always, is part of the CNCF Code of Conduct. So while we go through our agenda and as we talk to each other, please remember to be kind. And let me get up the agenda to start so I can share my screen. Thank you, Soko, for putting it into the meeting agenda. So my name is Abby. I'm one of the localization subproject leads. Soko is also on the call, and he is one of the other leads. Let me go to sharing, and we can kick off the agenda. If you have any items you'd like to discuss, please be sure to add it in there. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. So up first, if you are a new contributor to this group, if you'd like to say hello, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hello. My name is Imran, and I'm basically from India. And this is my first time joining this meeting, or any of the meeting from SIG Docs. So yeah, I'm new here, and I would like to know how I can contribute to the community and how I can add value to it.
Awesome. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. As I mentioned, so this meeting is about talking about the translation efforts for translating the Kubernetes content into specific languages. But there is also a larger SIG docs meeting that has talks more about just docs in general. So that meeting happens every other Tuesday. So if you join the mailing list, you can also get the meeting agendas there. I'm not sure if you already have, but yeah, there's lots of meetings, and we're also very active in the Slack group. So if you have any questions there, you can always reach out as well. So this is our meeting agenda. Is there anyone else who wanted to introduce themselves?
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Khang. I'm from Vietnam, and I'm working on Vietnamese localization for Kubernetes documentation.
Awesome. Welcome. Yes, I see some of that is on the agenda. So a lot of these items look like to be carryovers from our last meeting where we talked a bit about how to improve some community efforts with groups that had sort of had a dip in participation. So the German localization. Soko, I'm not sure. Have you been able to check in with them a little bit in the past month to talk to see how they're doing with the German localization efforts?
Yes, I saw several issues for reinitiating German localization, but the tentative contributors said they will meet each other and discuss how to plan their localization, and the team make them sustainable. But I guess there's no further meeting in the team. So currently we are looking for their status and their plan, as well as the estimated arrival time as well. So we expected to see one of a representative in this meeting, but I guess there's no contributor from German team in this meeting. I'm not sure one of them will join this meeting soon. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll take the action item to see if I can reach out to anybody in Slack to see if they've had any updates or progress. I haven't checked in as closely on their new issues, but if they want to see if they need any more support in finding folks or more time there. Yeah, I remember that from last time talking about how to build community and how to find folks to help support the efforts. So next on the agenda is chatting about the Vietnamese localization. So see, there's some updates there.
Sure, I also escalate to the team, so Khan will share their plans as well as
Okay.
their expected time for
Okay.
building up the team.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Compared to the last meeting we joined, I just joined this GitHub organization already, and I keep commit to the K website and review around. And speaking of outside of the commit, just like I said before on the meeting, that we currently make this Vietnamese localization as part of the CNCG Hanoi activity, and we built a group of 8 people already. Then 3 already active committing to the K website repo, and we have 5 more who basically already available on alternative glossary for Vietnamese things. I think Son already know about them, and I I have a little bit I mean one your help or want your idea about this one here, because we use other channel, not the Slack, for communication. So is okay, or we have to use the CNCF oh no the community Slack SIG.V for communication. Is okay to use other private channel or anything. I want your comment on that, and that is the status. And for the plan, we would like to nominate me to be the reviewer for the V documentation, and if anything that required to get that one, so please comment. For the other ETA, I'm not sure we have to push anything here, but if you require for anything to be ETA, then please just tell me, and I will discuss with the team to process it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that update. First of all, congratulations on getting so many folks involved. That's really huge that you were able to find people, and it looks like they're all being active, and that's really awesome. To your comment on channels to communicate with, I don't think we have any real reasons why you couldn't communicate outside of the Slack channel if it's easier for you all to communicate in a different place. I would just say we always recommend people to look in the channels to get the latest status, or to reach out to you all. So I would say if you're still able to kind of monitor that Slack channel and to respond to comments and maybe post updates there, it would be helpful for the rest of the community to know that. And then I would also say because we are part of the CNCF and the Code of Conduct, I just want to make sure that we're still adhering to being respectful to everyone, and have ways to promote the Code of Conduct and are giving people opportunities to feel protected by, I guess, by the Code of Conduct. I'm not saying you all are doing things against the Code of Conduct. I'm just saying that is a reason why we all communicate through Slack. It's because it helps people feel a part of the community in that sense. So those would be my 2 comments on using other channels. I think it's fine that you are doing that, but I would just be aware that you might also want to engage in the Slack community, because that's where we point people to. And if you have a different place that you communicate, maybe post about it, or if you have a different meeting, that's fine as well. Just make sure it's available for people, because you might be missing other contributors that might not be able to know where to communicate with you all. So does that sort of answer your question there? Did you have any thoughts?
I think it's is just fit what I expected. What I want to say is I mean maybe it's Vietnamese nature, but it's a little bit feel what can I say, not comfortable when speaking in a public channel in English. So they tend to be speaking in Vietnamese. So some just raise question that can we speak Vietnamese in the SIG Vietnamese channel or something? And we thought that is a little bit weird. So we think that we should keep that channel only in English. So we make some different things. But I think I understand your thought, and we will ensure that what can I say is I'm trying to ensure that all folk from Vietnam has the same channel to discuss, and we will host maybe bi-weekly meeting for SIGDOC, and we will post the note for the SIGDOC on the community's Doc Vietnamese channel. So other people who come and want to contribute to the Vietnamese, maybe they can get information for contributing content. So I think it's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, I would say definitely, oh, sorry. I feel like you should feel comfortable communicating in your own language in the Slack channels. I think other teams do that. But I totally understand that it's not always comfortable for folks to post publicly. I have that fear sometimes when posting in the broader community. So whatever you feel will work best for your group, I would say go with that. I just know that we also have these resources available to help reach a wider audience. Maybe double posting or whatever might be a way that you can kind of keep engaged in both areas. But yeah, whatever you all feel is most comfortable for your group, I think that is what you should work with. Just I would just say maybe you could put that as like a pin, like post a message in the Slack channel and pin to it and be like, hey, if you're looking for us, tag us or reach out in some other way, so people know just how to get in touch with you. But yeah, I do think, Soko, you might be able to answer this a little better than I do, but I think other teams are communicating within that channel in their own language.
Yeah, I
So
just checked the Japanese channel, and I just realized they're using Japanese as well. So I will
yeah.
talk to my team, to my group, that we can definitely use nature language if they want to. So thank
For
you.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it is recommended you can use your language inside your channel so that the community can be enlarged. Feel free to use your language in your channel.
Okay, thank you. I will tell them.
Awesome. And I'm not sure if you are having separate meetings, but if you needed to get a Zoom or anything like that set up, or have like if you wanted to have an official meeting on the calendar, that's something we can organize setting up as well.
Yeah. I know that. I
Okay,
know
cool.
how to do that already. So yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm has a little bit I mean misunderstanding there. Maybe what I know is on the CNCF committee calendar, and what do you say about the calendar is on the committee's committee calendar, or where would be the calendar that you mentioned?
That is a good question. I think it is the CNCF. Do we have a link up here about
It's the
the?
same place or is different? As far as I remember, for the CNCF committee meeting, is kind of Linux Foundation, something I'm not remember correctly, but maybe if it's the difference, then please tell me where can I find that?
Good question. Soko, do you know what the calendar link is? Is it, I think because it's SIGDocs, but it's like the Kubernetes community calendar. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
I
if it's
think
the
it
same.
is based on Google Groups for Kubernetes Docs.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if you join or your team members join to the mailing group, and I think you can also access to the Google Groups, Google Calendar, not the CNCF official calendar.
Okay, keyword calendar. Okay, I will check it out later. Okay.
Awesome. That was a really great update. I'm happy to see you all are finding some folks to join in. Did you have anything else? I know you asked about specific ETAs. I don't know that we need one of any like specific action items, but if there are ways like you mentioned becoming an approver or reviewer, if there are any merge requests for pull requests that you've opened up about that or any other questions, just let us know.
I
Think
have
I've missed
some
anything.
comment and
Okay.
questions to Tan.
Awesome.
And I think rebuilding this team, Vietnamese team, is not about adding just one or two reviewers, because since Vietnamese team, localization team has been very slowed down because of some inactive reviewers and approvers. So currently there's one approver remained. So our suggestion was actually rebuilding a team, not adding new one reviewer. So I think you'd better to need those active contributors who provide PRs, and then discuss how to rebuild the team and how to make sustainable team. I think it is very important. And ETA, what we are asking is about rebuilding a good team with a nice plan. So please try to contact to those contributors. As you mentioned, 5 from the cloud native glossary, and they are also, as I know, they are very active. So why don't you bring them more in a meeting and then discuss how to rebuild the team first. What do you think so, huh?
Sorry, I not get your point very well, but what
Yeah.
I have here as an ETA question mark is I'm not sure what is the role for the ETA. I mean, ETA for what is my question. So if I can understand what is the expectation, then I can basically find a way to make the ETA and update somewhere else. That was my question here. And the
Yeah,
other,
sure.
okay, sure. Go ahead, please.
The ETA I mentioned is about constructing a new team members with their names and supposed to nominate eligible reviewers and providers approvers first. Not continuing current localization. I'm just asking consisting a new team and team members with the eligible approvers first. But I'm not sure you wanna be a reviewer and approver first. But
Okay, I see.
before that, you'd better to construct the team first based on the
Yes.
contributors discussion. So we are waiting for those team, not activating additional contributors or reviewers. The reason why we are asking is that we know the current approval, there was those team, but some approvers has been inactive status. That's the reason why currently there's one approval. So we are looking for sustainable team. So please focus on those points. So ETA, the objective of the ETA is that constructing a new team with eligible reviewers, approvers, and a plan.
Yeah.
Plan for making the team sustainable. Those two actions are required for the ETA.
I see. So, okay, I get the objective for the ETA.
Sure, thank you.
And my question for now is okay, I see. Okay, I will try to make that next meeting because I do not have I just got the objective currently, so I cannot just answer right away. But okay, got that. Thank you. So how about the above one? I mean as far as I understand from the last meeting, there is no I mean, if I understand correctly, we want to have at least 3 approval for each localization. And for now, I just be the second one who working on this the localization and has membership to the Kubernetes organization. And if I understand correctly from the last meeting, there is no pathway to be promoted to be approval. So what can I say is for the next step, how fast I can get to be the reviewer, because as far as I read on the documentation, it has to have mentorship and has at least be in the membership for 3 months already. But I feel like that is a little bit, redundant for now. Maybe if we want to boost up the making process, then maybe be sooner is better for us for now. I'm not sure. I happy to hear your thoughts. So, do you have any thought on that?
Sure. I think SIGDAC's localization lead can recommend to make the candidate approval. But 3 months after the reviewer activity is very far, so even though the candidate fulfill that requirement, based on activities to enlarge the localization contributors, as well as the building a new team, this case, rebuilding a team, will be counted. So we are just looking for those activities, rebuilding team itself. So that's the reason why we wanna see the team's plan. I guess it is based on your league count.
Yes.
So yeah, once you enlarge the community first and then see who are eligible persons for reviewing and approving things, then your team, not yourself, your team can recommend who can be approvers, and SIGDocs lead and localization lead will check those activities, and we think they are eligible, then we can promote them to be approver.
Okay, thank you. So I have one more question here. Which is currently the team. What I has as a team is 8 people, but along in that 8 people groups, there is only 2 membership on the GitHub organization. Can we? I mean, what I want to say is the team promotes someone to be, but there is any strict counting, like the team has to be at least how many active contributor or something to get that promotion
Membership.
or something.
You mean Kubernetes GitHub organization membership or becoming
I mean,
approver?
if my team recommend me to be the next approval, then any strict requirement for something like say we only have 2 people on the team currently has the GitHub organization membership. So if they the team only be count as 2 people is okay, or I mean, should I can do I have to wait for all 8 people from my team now to be able to join the Kubernetes organization, and after that nominate me to be the next approver, or I can ask the other approver to nominate me to be approver? I want to ask this one because we want to make that process faster, because the other approver is not has much resource to actively working on this one. So we want to have one more approval as soon as possible to not block other new commit from the team currently. So what
Sure.
is the best thing
Yeah.
I do for now?
Officially, to becoming Kubernetes organization member, the contributor need at least 5 PRs or 5 contributions, PRs or issues. But we can promote them become membership, getting membership based on other contributions, like for instance, organizing a meeting to discuss within the team and other contributions as well. So 5 PRs is not the strict condition, but I recommend the Vietnamese contributors who looking for becoming approver, they would better to practice or would better to open contribution PRs so that they can be practiced. So I think making 5 PRs is not very hard condition. So you can recommend to your team to provide contributions to SIGDocs as well as the Kubernetes website repository first. But it is not the strict condition. If your team contributors are very active in discussions in rebuilding your team, and that will be count. So you'd better to recommend your contributors having those 5 contributions first. But if they don't have enough number of contributions, if your team still think they are eligible, then you can contact to us, Abby and me, so that they are capable of and providing some sponsorship from us, and we can give some help.
Okay, thank you. So, I think I can get your answer as I should wait for more people from my group to join the community's organization before I can ask to nominate me to be the next approver, right?
Sure. Anyway, to become an approver, they should be have Kubernetes organization membership, and to get a membership, you would better, the contributors would be better to provide actually more than 5 contributions to Kubernetes website first. Even though the count itself is not the strict requirement, and if the candidates are very active in rebuilding the team and making the sustainable plan, there can be also some contributions, and SIG localization lead will help to make them organization members, as well as becoming localization content approvers as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I think I get that. If I have other question, I will ask on the channel. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So I think that is through, did we have any other points that we want to talk about for the Vietnamese localization, or any comments around building community or anything for that work that's going on? Okay. In that case, I'll move on. And this is just some guidelines here about rebuilding a localization team that we sort of touched on a bunch on different points, but we recommend that you have 3 or more reviewers. In order to become a reviewer, you have to become a member of the org and be participating within the community and creating, like Soko said, at least 5 PRs or contributions within the community to help get you that approval to become a Kubernetes organization member. Please also don't self-approve your PRs. Soko and I can help you do that when you are do get to the point you want to be nominated to becoming a reviewer or an approver. And then a big key thing that we are looking to help within these communities is to make sure that each is being a little bit more sustainable as much as possible, and trying to help build a sustainable community so that folks are continuing to participate, and we have a better pipeline of people coming into your groups and staying active and engaged long-term in some way. And then, okay. So with that, I'm going to move on in our agenda, which we have so many topics on our agenda today. This is great. So this is just a list of some PRs that needed help. 2 of them have been merged. So thank you there. The last one is to need help for reviewers for the French localization. Is this an ask for people within the French
Yeah.
localization team to approve this? Okay.
Yes, it is actually to cleaning up some doxy parameters, but
Mhm.
some short code related with this part is remained in some French localization, already localized document in French. So this PR requires review from French reviewers.
Okay.
Currently, I mentioned to the French reviewers as well, and we already open a thread in French Slack channel as well. So we are waiting for this help from.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for the update, Darren. If you are able to help as a French reviewer or approver, please jump on that PR so we can get help to get moving along. The next one on the agenda is refining the localization owners. Let's see what this says. More about updating the owner's file. Soko, have you had a chance to look into this and sort of
Yeah, sure.
Also-
I shared this message from the
Okay.
last SIGDocs localization meeting, and it is to ask, in case of this PR requires reviews and approvals from localization teams, actually all localization teams, but the content itself is not related with localization test. So I think this kind of PR do not requires individual approvals from each teams or teams, and maybe we just need uh, uh, approvals from SIGDocs lead, and then make it we need to facilitate merging this kind of PR.
Yeah, this is
So-
always a weird line of when we want to make something like this that impacts the content or the setup for all the localizations, getting approval and making sure that it's a change that folks are aware of. But it is also hard to get everybody to approve and look at the PR all at once. So I don't want to block something for too long to try to get 30 people across the community to sign off on something. Okay. So I guess, do you have is it the next action you're recommending is to just have the localization leads sign off on this change and get it merged and then kind of let people know that this change happened? Is that what you recommend, Soko, as next steps?
Yeah, for this PR, I think we just need approval from SIGDocs lead.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason why I brought this PR to our meeting is that I hope to listen other folks' opinion regarding this kind of PR, how handling this kind of PR. So I think maybe mentioning the localization teams first import this kind of PR, mentioning those reviewers for each language, and then if there's no objection, then we need to merge by the permission from SIGDocs lead.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me because I think this PR is geared more towards cleaning up some errors within the owner's files and not necessarily a change in process or a change in how things would impact people on a day-to-day basis. So it's just more about cleaning up. So I think in that sense, it makes sense to just make sure we have the approval and let people know maybe in the Slack channels that this PR happened. But if it doesn't change people's functional day-to-day, how they would interact with the community, I think that makes sense to me. Awesome. Did anyone else here on the call have thoughts on this as well? Taking everyone's silence as agreement. But yeah, we're really open to this. There are sometimes process changes that will impact all the groups. So in those situations, we try to make sure that everyone is aware that this process change has happened and that everyone has sort of agreement. And you can see we would in that case get approval from everybody that this general agreement before moving forward. But sometimes it's also just about cleaning up processes, or not changes to processes, but just cleaning up some of the files that it might take too long to get everyone to agree or to just sign off versus just merging it ahead if there's no actual functional change to everyone's day-to-day lives. And that seems to be what this PR is about. But again, if you have thoughts or concerns about that being the way that we do things, please reach out. Always willing to help or hear other people's perspectives on that. So thank you, Soko, for raising this. I think that this is good. But yeah, I think we should get the SIG docs leads to hopefully sign off on this and we can kind of move it forward.
Yeah, maybe we can put some lazy consensus based on time so that we can move forward for this kind of PRs, maybe 3 days or 4 days if there's no objection or other reviews from localization owners, then we can contact to the SIGDocs lead who can merge everything.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the next note is from Kohei about starting a localization for kind. We have the SIG UI like the dashboard and the CLI localization separately. What can we do about this from a SIG docs perspective? This is for a post in Slack, which is not going to let me open it in Slack.
Yeah, the Slack message is I copied the Slack message, but in Kubernetes, not Kubernetes, in ShareShape community, there are many projects and documentation projects as well, and they made some proposals to make localized version of those documents for those related projects. And this time, there's kind document in Kubernetes, and there is an open issue for localizing a language for the kind of document. And the maintainer actually holded the proposal, and the maintainer knows current situation, complex situation in SIGDocs localization. Some localization teams are very good at updating the outdated content, but some teams are very slowed down updating and maintaining those documents. So the maintainer in kind document said, we hope to see how the Kubernetes SIGDocs handle those complex situation first. And Kohei actually brought that issue to us in our Slack channel. What is our objective? I mean, perspective, SIG-DOCS localization perspective about document localization for each project separately. Actually, in the some SIG-DOCS localization teams have been helped with other project localization as well. For instance, Korean localization team supported the dashboard project, Kubernetes dashboard project, and Kube control project as well. But it is not for every localization teams in Kubernetes SIG-DOCS. So he is looking for some point of view of us.
Yeah, I unfortunately haven't seen this Slack message, but thank you for giving the summary there. I think I remember this coming up a bit about the CLI because a lot of the CLI is translated, or there are translations available for some of it. The kubectl. I can't remember what the conversation around that was. I feel like it was that we'd be open to helping localize other areas, but the concern was just sustainability in if we expand beyond just the Kubernetes docs, what's that going to turn into and what's it going to look like for the sustainability? Like you said, and some teams are very active and they'd have a contributing base who'd be able to help support other projects, localization team or localization efforts. But that's not the case across the board. So I don't know. I don't think we have anything. Oh, sorry, I have my automatic reactions on. I don't think that we'd be opposed if people from groups wanted to start helping localize other projects or continue the processes, extend the processes to include other parts of the project. But I don't know sustainability wise if that is kind of under the umbrella of SIG-DOCS right now. I don't know if it's really on their scope, but I don't exactly remember all the details of that I feel like this has come up before, but I don't remember exactly what the outcome of that conversation was. But yeah, I think it's worthwhile to talk to the other SIG leads. Those are just my thoughts right off the bat for it. Did you have any other thoughts, or does anyone here have any comments on this issue?
So you can definitely recommend to have other project, at least inside CNCF and Kubernetes first. And providing some sustainable team and sustainable contributions is a little bit different for each project status. For instance, providing sustainability in our documentation localization is very hard because we have lots of documents. Actually, they are technical documents. So that's the reason why we are feeling difficulty in updating those outdated localized contents. But if the other project document were written in English, if the amount is very short or small, then I think they can start, and based on our team's help. But if this amount, then I'm not sure whether it is good or not starting the localization itself, because it is AI, maybe AI generative AI translators will come soon or later. So maybe some project would be better to waiting for those automation.
Yeah, those are some good points. I think the other I guess the other piece to gauge is how much of a demand there is within the community for it to be localized. I don't necessarily know how to gauge that. And I'm sure folks would always kind of want to have it localized into their own language. But I'm not sure. I'm not overly familiar with the best way to gauge that within a particular community and evaluating when a project is really ready to start branching out and doing localization efforts. So that's like another thing that I'm not sure about. But I think it's maybe worth bringing to the larger SIG Docs meeting just to kind of remember, because I feel like this is something we've talked about before. I just don't remember what the outcome was there and what the recommendations were. Which is maybe something we can ask in the broader meetings that happen. There might be one tomorrow. I'll have to check. I'm not up on my calendar. But yeah, so if you have thoughts or other projects on this topic and how to kind of expand localization efforts sustainably, which I feel like is like our word of the meeting, is everything is we're trying to figure out how to be sustainable. Please reach out, and this is a Slack message. So if you have comments or thoughts or you want to read more about it, please feel free to join in on that. The next couple items on the agenda, or the last couple items on the agenda, are about new groups that we're looking for interest in the Farsi language and in the Telugu language. Sorry that I'm probably not saying that correctly. But if these are languages that are interesting to you and you'd like to contribute, there's been folks who have posted messages within the Slack channels. So definitely reach out if you're interested and sort of start building that community there. I think that they're both more early days in their efforts. So you'd be getting in early to kind of help direct and form those initial steps for the localization. One note is for Farsi, we don't currently support right to left localizations languages. So that would be another area to contribute if that is something of interest to you, a little more web development friendly to try to get the theme and the website to support that language setup. And that is officially the end of our agenda. So did anyone else have a topic they'd like to cover or questions about things that we chatted about today?
One minor information, and Mohammed, you are interested in Hindi localization, and in our Slack there's Kubernetes Docs Hindi channel, so you can use your language inside that channel, and feel free to contact the other contributors.
Yes. Thank you so much, Seiko. I just saw the message and I just joined the channel, and I'll be contacting them after this call. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. And then you can also look in the repo itself. There's a language, there are language labels for each localization. So you can look for the Hindi language local label to find issues or PRs to kind of start seeing where the work is at within the repo. Awesome. Our next meeting will be June 2nd, which is the first Monday of the month. So I hope to see you all there, and I hope that we can keep moving forward in our agenda and share some successes that we've had during the month of May. That's fingers crossed. We'll see where we get to. Yeah, so I just want to check again if anyone had anything else they wanted to talk about this meeting before I stop the recording.
I have a question. Like, are there any specific language specific meetings as well? Like,
Some communities do. It's not all of them do. I think the Hindi localization does have one. I'm not sure. Or they might have had one previously, but it might not be happening anymore. But yes, some languages do have specific meetings just for that language that is probably in a better time zone depending on where you're located in the world. It might be a little more time zone friendly. For wherever you're located. But yes, I would definitely check with them to see if they have a meeting. Or if or you can start up a meeting if you want to chat with some people on how to get started within that specific language.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, with that, I'll stop the sharing. And all right, I think that was the end of our meeting. So thank you all for joining. And I hope to see you on Slack or online in some other way. All right, have a good rest of your day or evening.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.